So welcome to this second video of Module 4. This is where we'll talk about document accessibility and also managing OneDrive files. So first, you'll get a file from your graduate accessibility assistant, probably with your name and AA beside it, or something similar to that. Anyway, you'll open that and then you'll have a folder with class or classes, depending on how many files that you're assigned. And basically what I like to do is create a folder within that class with the name of the class and then completed files, or unremediated files and then completed files. Make 2 files and then pop all your unremediated ones into there, and then you'll be able to organize a little bit easier. That's the way that I like to do it. I also like to color code, but you don't have to. You can do whatever works for you. Just make sure you're not getting your unremediated files confused with your remediated files. Alright, so now that we've got that done, we want to work on downloading our unremediated files. So you can download them to the desktop. You can select them anyway using the selection button, pressing shift, whatever you want to select them with, and then you download them. It'll download as a zip file, so if you have a Mac, you might have to download a zip unzipper, but those are easy to find on the App Store. But if you have a Windows, you shouldn't have to worry about that. For some reason, Mac doesn't always come inbuilt with it. So anyway, yeah, you'll download it, rename your file. I like to put mine on my desktop. I didn't here, but that's something that helps me keep track of things. But really, as long as you can keep track of where you put things, that's really all that matters. So another thing I like to do is open a text edit file and put it into the same folder that I put all my unremediated files into. And that'll just serve as a little to-do list, a little checklist to make sure that I know what I'm doing and what I have done and what I haven't done. So just, keeping track of things. You can do this on paper, you can do this on text edit, whatever works best for you, but finding a strategy is super important. So I'm going to speed this up where I'm playing with the text editor a little bit to see how to make the formatting work. And then after that, I'm going to open up the syllabus of SWOT 101, which is what I've named this course and the files. And then with the syllabus, what we can do is figure out where to prioritize documents. So as we can see, we'll remediate the syllabus first. Sometimes it needs remediation, doesn't always, but we'll check it. And then after that, we'll do the video for Module 1, which is the demo doc, and then, or the file for Module 1, sorry, and then the file for Module 2, Module 3, Module 4. So that's just how we'll keep track of this to-do list. So after we get our to-do list situated, we'll start by remediating our syllabus just to make sure it's accessible. Usually the syllabi don't have too much going on, especially if they're in document form, but you can see there's a little alt text error where the automatic alt text has generated something that's kind of wrong. So we'll just mark that as decorative because it's not really adding anything to the document, no information really. And another thing that we can do to check our headings, because this is something that the reading order in docs might not necessarily check for, is that this heading starts with a level 2, and we actually want it to start with a level 1, so we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4 in that order. We don't want to have like a 4 be the first thing before like a 1 or something like that. So we'll always want a 1 at the top. And then we can also go through and make headings for these modules just to make the information a little bit more navigable. So we'll just go ahead and apply those. You can apply it from the styles pane too. So there's a lot of different ways you can make the headings work. And we can adjust these as we need. So that one's already a heading 2, so that one's good. Alright, so we'll go to our review once more and check our accessibility, and it looks like there's nothing wrong with it. So that's good, and that's just another thing to always remember. Check your reading order, check your tags, make sure they're in order, even if the services aren't necessarily saying it. So that's good. So we'll check off our syllabus, say it's good, and then after that, we can upload it to the OneDrive into the completed folder. I also like to mark the file with a green tag just to indicate that it's done. And yeah, we'll upload it. I like to drag and drop. That's pretty much the easiest way to do it. I'll have to find the file. See, that's where I drag it to my desktop because I was tired of looking for it. So we'll drag it, mark it green, and it'll be good to go. Then we'll look at our to-do list and see what the next file in this class should be. Okay, so we got the video demo docs. So see, that's why it's good to organize your stuff at the beginning so that you don't get confused, so that you know what you need to prioritize. So now we'll open our video demo doc. So this is the real meat of how we edit Word docs, how we remediate them. So you'll see this document, it's a little bit funny. There's a practice document just like it in Module 4 that I recommend you guys check out. So most documents won't have all of these weird issues all on the same few pages, but there are a few issues that we see. So one is color contrast, which the Word document will point out. Now we have some missing alt text of this photo that seems important to the document. So for this, we'll apply alt text. We'll say something like vintage Polaroid camera being held in front of a green leafy background, or something here that I've said. As long as you're being descriptive, concise, using full sentences, that's kind of the gist of it. Okay, and then we have this image, which is some sort of flower thing that isn't important, as we indicated in the document. So this we can just mark as decorative. Alright, so now we've got something funky going on with the table. So we've got missing table header. This will give us an automatic fix. We can use the first row as a header. And then now we've got this weird merged cell thing that's happening that doesn't look like it should be merged. So we can fix it next. We can just unmerge the cell. So you highlight it, and we can say split cell. And we have 3 columns in 1 row, so we'll fix it there. Sorry for the background noise. And then we might have to reintroduce the data where it's supposed to go. And make sure you do this in order. For this one, it's kind of a silly list, but you'll have ones that are like important numbers for chemistry documents or something like that, or history, so you want to make sure you do things in the right order. And yeah, so now, see, that's all the errors that it's given us, but here's a few things we can clean up on our own. Number 1 is this link here, which does not have a descriptive name, and it's about boops, a type of fish. So let's make this link a little bit better. So we'll go in, we'll call it a Wikipedia article about boops. Seeing how to spell Wikipedia for boops. Wikipedia entry for boops. And then we can link that. So that's always better than saying, see link here, and then inserting this like long thing. Just link to a descriptive name, and that will fix the error here, because we don't want screen readers reading out this HTTPS, They'll indicate that it's a link, especially docs they're good for highlighting that a link is present. For Acrobat, sometimes you have to tag a link, but we'll get into that in the next video. So now we've got a list thing going on, which isn't actually a list, it's just some dots and some spaces. So these are some things that, there might be some weird things happening that aren't necessarily on the review pane, and if they seem important, you should always, if they seem important, by that I mean, if they seem relevant to the document, it's always good to fix these things. So we've got that. We got this weird font thing happening. This font is really, 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 really tiny. Okay, we should make that all normal text, and hopefully that will help it. Sometimes we'll have to enter a standard size first and then do normal text. So we want to make sure our font is kind of not super weird. And then I need to fix my grammar. And this one, we can make sure that the font is something readable, like Times New Roman or Georgia, something like that. This curly font is not super accessible. So yeah, we'll just make the font nice. And then we'll check our outline again, because I think I've thrown in a little bit of a curveball here with the headings being all out of whack. So we see we have a 3rd level heading in front of a 2nd level heading. We don't want that. So now we've got a level 1 and a level 2. Make sure that we don't have any weird headings here. Oh, and here's this little red data point. Why is it a level 4 heading? It just needs to be a body text. So there we go. That fixes that. And everything else. Oh, just kidding. What's that? This is something interesting. So let's see. Something that I've inserted. So sometimes if you click around, you might find things that the accessibility checker is missing. Seems like it's not missing alt text. Maybe we can view the alt text. We can mark this as decorative. Don't really know what it is. Actually, we can probably delete it if it seems like just a blank image like that was. So that's something that might be important to check for. But if it's not throwing any errors, it's probably been marked as a decorative image anyway. So that's all I have for you for document accessibility. If it seems like we've missed something, or if you have any questions about your own documents that you're editing or about the practice documents, feel free to talk to your accessibility assistant supports or reach out to Jordan if you have any super high level questions. Also, you can email in the Slack, which is probably the best and quickest response you can get, because we've got full access to all the accessibility assistants, some of which have been working for 3 or 4 years now. So that's a great resource for you as well.